Welcome, everyone, to Annapolis, Maryland, and the Naval Academy, where we're honored to watch some of the nation's finest square off on the gridiron. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Navy Midshipmen. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Buckeyes will boot it away to start the game. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. The Mids return team didn't help matters out much with that one. There he is, the man who makes everything go, and they believe they're going to score every time they touch it when he's on the field, Jesse.
He plays with unbelievable confidence, Reese. Always knows where to go with the football. The entire playbook is at this guy's disposal.
Yeah, which is so much fun for a coach. So much fun to play with him. A guy that can do everything. Everybody on the field is active in a weapon.
Across the 25, he's got room. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the first down.
Well, that's just on the defense, I'm sorry. Fullbacks are not supposed to be able to rip off big runs like that. The defense, they better do a better job tackling as this game goes on.
Here comes the option. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again.
42 Spider. 4-2 Smoke.
On the option. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain. Third down after the run.
29 Philly.
Looking to throw, it's Clark. And they got him. He'll get him down for the sack.
And that is how you silence this raucous crowd. Defensively on the road. First drive of the game, setting the tone, getting a huge sack on third down.
Navy will have to punt it away. He gets the first one off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The Buckeyes offense will have its first possession of the game. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Grab behind the line. It's low. Tackled immediately after the catch. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come over.
Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. As they unpack the pile, it's part of Ohio State's DNA to have a lethal running game.
And this is a trend, Reese. We can go back as long as you want to go back, and we can go back a couple years to J.K. Dobbins, and we can go all the way back to Eddie George. They always find great running backs at Ohio State.
He's got his man. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. From the shotgun, the inside give. He gets it across the 25 to the 24, give him 5 on the carry. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Pulls it and fires to the left. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a rhythm.
He leaves it with the back. Brought down after a pickup of 5 yards down to the 10.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not 2nd and long. It's not 3rd and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a 1st and goal.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They put together a 65-yard drive for the score and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. Goes to the option. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. How bold will they be on 3rd down after that last run? Back to throw, it's Clark. He's got the back in the middle. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a 4th down. Navy will have to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Pulls it, fires complete. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
And frankly, that's a completion. It's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel, but in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Running back searching for a hole. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
And that's a 1st down for the offense.
Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period.
7, Navy 0.
They've swapped ends of the field, and we're ready to go in the 2nd. 1st down to start the drive after the break. They're going to ride this running back. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on 1st down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. To the air, it's Hurley. Release to the back. They're working that left side. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
Wide out in motion. Makes his connection. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Number 10.
Love the play design on offense because you get your playmaker, the guy you want with the ball in his hands. You get him open, easy throw for the quarterback. Receiver does the rest. Put 6 up on the board.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, it has gone final in that top 25 matchup we've been keeping a close eye on. New Mexico handled its business today, and given what the week was like in Albuquerque, that is saying something. This is a focused group, and it's reflected in that final score. A top 25 clash and an impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. On the move. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line. Then just inside their own 20, they need to convert on 3rd and short. The option look. He'll have the first down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he stopped.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Clark. Throws for the tight end. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. They bring the punter onto the field now.
On to kick it away.
He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you want. I mean, offense is playing great. Defense has gotten stops. You're in a position now, Palmer, to put the hammer down and get a 3-possession lead.
I'm really impressed with their physicality on both sides of the ball early in this one. They've been winning in the trenches. So here on offense, keep running the football and show your dominance.
Across the 45. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. And the Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The RPO, fire complete to the left. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
A manageable distance on 3rd down as they try to convert from the 20. pulls and fires complete. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the third down.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. So that's a 59-yard touchdown drive. And they close the deal, pushing their way inches into the end zone. And he'll bring it back. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. And here comes the Navy offense. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Line getting set on second down. Looking downfield, it's Clark. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. So what do they have for third and short from their own 23? They'll try to get the first through the air. And he fires over the middle. It's incomplete.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He's got great speed. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. The Buckeyes come to the line in the hurry-up. On the ground, it's Dixon. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback checking the play. Looking to move it through the air. He wants to take the top off. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point makes it 28-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 35-yard pass for 6. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Navy will go back on the attack. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points?
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
It doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Back to pass, it's Clark. Getting some heat. He's got it. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
And just no hesitation there by the quarterback, right? Primary target not open, so find your check down. Where's my running back? Yeah, I know I'm under pressure, and I know I'm going to get hit, but I'm not taking a sack. I'm going to find a way for us to get a few extra yards here.
And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. Navy will have to punt it away.
In punt formation to kick it away.
They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
That's the way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. Finds his big tight end. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field.
Going for the big play. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
To the air, it's Hurley. He'll take another shot here. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Man, that's his second receiving touchdown of the game. My man is just finding pay dirt. Tell you what, these are the kind of guys that you continue to feature throughout a game when he can do this kind of damage after he catches the football.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. A very efficient five-play scoring drive. And they finished it with an explosive play in the passing game, scoring from 47 yards out. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And with time running out here in the first half, this offense will choose to take a knee. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, you have been calling a great broadcast today from there in Annapolis. Talk about a first half from that dude out of the backfield. He's been a total game changer. And how many top plays moments have we seen on missed tackles alone? Video game moves from one of the shiftiest players in all of college football. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Navy Marine Corps Memorial.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. All lined up and ready to go for a great second half ahead. Fair catch called for and made. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now on the same page.
He was able to squirt free and pick up just a few on that one.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
They knock him down after he picks up 5 out to the 34.
A lot of times it's hard to see those linebackers coming down late and blitzing through a gap. The offense did a really nice job getting a hat on a hat, blocking up front so the running back could get some positive yards.
And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Power football with the run. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
And David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it?
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defensive lineman because it ticks you off. It gets in your head. You know that guy's going to come off and smack you, and you got to do something about it. I think the defense may be time to start committing more guys to stopping that run, not worrying about the pass as much. On the run, it's slow. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31. Quarterback checking off. Ball at the 31, third and short coming, defense trying to rise up. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets them a first at the 29. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Handoff from the gun. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
And that third down pass had some serious juice, but they couldn't hook up.
Third and short, I have no problem with RPO because I can run it or I can throw it if I see something opening. Maybe he should have ran that one. You got 2 downs possibly to still try to make it happen, but he definitely didn't throw an accurate ball.
Complete out of the backfield. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage before he was stopped, but using the running back in the short passing game gives him a first down. Inside 4 minutes to play here in the third. They go to the ground. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Give to the running back. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Looking downfield, it's Hurley. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
I think defenses sometimes get frustrated and you want to get blitz happy and because you give up yards. In this day and age, you're going to give up yards. Who cares? This is the area we got to bow up. Nice job on first down stopping them. A couple more downs here to stay aggressive.
Pocket starts to collapse. They've gotten pushed back, but it's still third and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. And they're finally able to get him on the ground at the 1.
You know, these goal line situations, the field starts to shrink. It's easier to key in on these guys that you know can fly at the quarterback spot. Defense was locked in. Nice job on the 3rd and goal.
Trying to barge their way in. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the punishment has been extended.
And the offense continues to run the football. The 2nd rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes continue to feed this man the ball. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Utah State put one in the win column in convincing fashion. The Aggies had zero issue moving the ball, and that defense held strong in key moments. Talk about a complete performance. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. On second down, will they go back to the ground game? Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. A third and long coming up here. On the option. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Navy will have to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Slips through the line. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oaks. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense, to be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
Motion from the offense. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
46-yard line. And first down for the offense.
Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the third quarter stats will show you. Will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. The give to the single back. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Back to pass, it's Hurley. He makes the connection. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. And the Buckeyes have their offense in high gear. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Picks up 1. Second down coming up.
Kept it on the ground on first down. Now back to the line. Rides to the back. Pulled down after a pickup of 4 to the 27. Ball's at the 27. It's 3rd and short. Can they avoid making that 4th down decision? From the gun, wants to pass. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. He'll swing that big leg for 3 from 44 yards out. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
Navy 0.
They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get...
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
You got to give this defense tons of credit. They came in here with an outstanding game plan. They were able to execute. They have not allowed a point, and still in the fourth quarter, they are bringing it, and they get another sack.
Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Navy will have to punt it away.
On to punt it away.
Here's the return. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Small gain, I know. But, again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
And a nice, solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. And now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Got room at the 35. Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Smart move to keep it on the ground. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game, running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Quick handoff. Bulldozes him down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it, 1st and goal. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Pushes for the goal line. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet. And that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here comes the Navy offense. They'll get this drive going from the 17. To the air, it's Clark. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And man, this offense just keeps trying to find something to go well. They're down so big. There's still time on the clock. Maybe they can put something together, but so far today, this has been ugly.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. On second down, looking to throw. He's got it. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do really, really well.
And they're on him immediately. Down goes the quarterback.
You've got to love what you're seeing if you're the head coach of this team, because your defense is simply not resting on their laurels, and they're playing until there's zeros on the clock. They've got a massive lead. We're late in the fourth quarter, and they're still getting sacks.
Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. Going to the ground. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch it. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all three phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan meet face, ball game over.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.